Oh, there's a snake. What's up? Got another test ride review video for you. Today we've got the Ninja 650. This is the 2025 version. And real quick, shout out to Macomb Powersports for making this video happen. It allowed me to come and test ride a bunch of these bikes to give you my fair, unbiased reviews on. So we're going to take this one for a quick one. They're closing up here, so we're going to try to be fast. Ninja 650, we've been on this guy plenty of times before. It's got an okay seat height, not too tall. I'm 5'10". Got a nice bend in the knee. Also, I'm 165 pounds. If that matters to anybody, let's get this thing going. It's a little bit more upright. Obviously, as we know, these 650s sit more upright than your 600 sport bikes and your track bikes. These are definitely going to be a little bit more comfortable ride for you sport bike riders. Yeah, but 650, it's got some power behind it. Very traditional Kawasaki front end. Little takeoff there. Feels good. We got some let's see, some different modes. I don't know what the different modes are. I'd like to beat through them. Traction control 2. Gotta warm these brakes up. Not a ton of power on these, which is incredible because there's also not a ton of engine braking power. All right, off rip, we're feeling comfortable. The front end feels very electronic, the shifting and the throttle feels very good. For a sport bike, I love the 650. It's upright, it's comfortable, it's got power, you know, not too much power. All right, we stalled it. Our clutch feels a little weird. I can't really pull it with one finger or else it is always engaged. So we're gonna just 4-finger it for this test ride. Actually, I wonder if I could just tension that a little bit. Alright, getting on the freeway. Gonna get up to freeway speeds here. Selfie stick is now behind us, but I can still see it in my mirror, so I'm not too concerned. That is a little funny. That was a little scary at first. I thought we lost our brand new 360 camera. Alright, gets up to speed, no problem. I felt a little shaky, not gonna lie. I felt a tiny bit shaky when I was starting to get up into the higher speeds there, but not horrible. Just something to note. But I mean, you're sitting very upright, so you're getting a lot of that wind right to your chest. There's obviously, it's a sport bike, not a ton of wind, so unless you're tucked, you're gonna feel all that wind, and it's gonna affect the way you ride. I'm gonna complain about this sun though. There is a ton of sun in my eyes. Yeah, I definitely gotta warm these brakes up. I think my mount disconnected. We're just gonna trust that it's gonna stay where it's at for the remainder of this ride. It's got some power. I mean, it's a 650. It's not gonna have your track bike 600 power, but that's not why we're getting this. We're getting this because we want sport bike vibes with added comfort, but we still want to have a little power to just, you know, accelerate, rip through traffic a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna likely go down a different road because I can't see to save my life here. Stop and go, it's not gonna be bad on this, honestly, unless you're really short. I don't know why this shifter is so tough to shift. Not a ton of braking power. I'm kind of underwhelmed with this. Yeah, I gotta tighten this clutch up. What do we got? Do we have an adjustment? I think these clutches are the ones with the... All right, that's a little better. Yeah, I could not pull this with one finger and keep it disengaged. All right, we're feeling it out. We're feeling it out. Feels good though. I like the seating position. I like the position that my legs are tucked underneath this tank, this little curve here. This is similar to the 636 tank, and I like it. It just feels very home, like secure, like you're like locked in place. You know, if you start to get a little squirrely, you can just pinch that tank and it's very ergonomic. I think that's why it was so hard to shift, is because of this clutch. The clutch, I mean, look how loose this thing is. I don't know, do we get any adjustment there besides just how far out the lever is? We get a little adjustment there, then we can pull it back. I like that. I like that there's adjustment to bring the lever out. That's very important for this issue I'm having. All right, who is this bike for? The bike handles phenomenally, honestly, and as the past versions have, handles great. Handles great, has a decent amount of power. Let's get a little pull here. Really got to hit that power band to feel it, but it's there, it's got it. This is going to be for somebody that wants to upgrade from their smaller sport bike. This would be a great upgrade if you're not ready to go to something like a 600 or 1000, obviously. You know, if you want something that's going to be more comfortable, if you want something that's going to give you more speed than your, say, 300, 400 sport bike, you're not ready to necessarily go to a track bike, this is great. It's comfortable, it's fun. You still get the sport bike vibes, you still hang with your sport bike friends, but your back doesn't hurt as much as theirs at the end of the ride, and that's always a plus. It is not going to be a beginner bike. I know that there's probably so many forums talking about the 650 being the best beginner bike. And as I always say, these 650s aren't beginner bikes. You got to at least learn the ropes on something smaller. Learn on a 125 if you have to. I would say 300, 400 is a good start for beginners. This 600 it's a lot of bike. It's manageable because it doesn't have a ton of torque compared to your 600s, but it's still got some weight to it. It's still a lot of bike. You can still lose control a bit easier. It's still harder to control. So something like this, not for your beginners, but for your a little bit more experienced riders like that wants to upgrade to something and just get a little bit more power. If you're looking for a downgrade from something big, this is also a good downgrade because it's going to give you that comfort. It's give you the all-in-one. So you may be losing that top speed, you may be losing that torque and that power, but what you're gaining in comfort almost makes up for it. Final thoughts. I love the Ninjas. I'm on a Ninja myself, but I love the Ninjas. You can't go wrong with the Ninja. These things are sick and they look good, they look sharp. Kawasaki makes amazing motorcycles. This is not an exception to that. It just looks good in this green with their Kawasaki green. So yeah, if you're in the market for a sport bike, want a little bit of an upgrade, this is a good middle of the road bike. I mean, it's not a small bike by any means. You're gonna get that fun, you're gonna get that speed, you're gonna get that adrenaline that you need out of a sport bike. I don't have too many negative things to say besides the braking is not my favorite. Obviously there's things that you can upgrade for that. Has the dual discs in the front too. But yeah, anyways, that's my review of the Ninja 650. If you like this type of content, like this video. If you have any questions or criticisms, comment those. Oh, there's a snake. If you want more motorcycle content in the future, click that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.